It's out. They're just keeping it clean.
They're clean.
Waiting
Starting
for the
to curl
signal.
now.
Yeah. Sweepers are on it.
Get on her hard. I think he's going to be on the red. He might sneak by. Ooh,
I don't know. Hard. Just nicked it. Yeah. Once she starts breaking.
Yeah. You have to know where the curl is. You can't assume it's going.
Well, and that's what happened to the PEI girls earlier on when they got behind Ontario. They were just a little late getting on the brooms. And the second half of the game, they were bang on. They realized when they had this really bear down and sweep, and well, obviously being down 7-1 to Ontario. I mean, any team come out, you know how good they are, and they came back and won 8-7, which is a tremendous victory there. There's a shot through the hole. Miller with a nice shot. Great a bit sweeping there.
Yeah, great shot.
Yeah. And he shot stone. I mean, from our angle overhead, and our camera sometimes it just could be a little off, but to me, it's looking like.
Looks red to me.
Yes.
Yeah, and like Keith, whenever the rock starts to make its move, then sometimes it's too late. You can't. It's gone. Then you can't. So you have to anticipate that. Who we got? Jim will try and draw down in on top of that. I don't think he can get it out. He can throw enough weight to move things around, but he can curl by the red onto the button, which would be a great shot because it finishes very well there. So we'll see.
Touch there. It's going to be on the wrong side.
They couldn't get on it because they wanted to wait till it moved a bit.
(3-1) is our score here. Yukon has the lead. Yukon had a chance for a 5 in the first end, but they got inside the broom there and hit one of the guards, so they couldn't take out the PEI stone. So PEI stole one, and but Yukon came back, had a strong second end, picking up 3 to go where we're at here now. Ontario is commanding 4-0 lead over Newfoundland. So they're trying to push their ticket into the playoffs with a victory. And the 2 undefeated teams, Saskatchewan and BC, are in a battle. 2-1 currently for Saskatchewan. New Brunswick and Ontario, Northern Ontario, all tied up at 1s. And Nova Scotia and Manitoba is 2-1 for Nova Scotia. And Alberta and Quebec, 3-1 Alberta.
We have Jamie Newsom's rock on the way, attempting a draw in here. If he can get second, he'll lie first and second if he gets this rock in. Seems to be a bit warm, and he's through the back. A bit hot. Great shot there by Manitoba. Jim's attempting a draw here.
Through the first part. Can he be outside long enough? They're all sweeping on it now, trying to get it up. No, it just touches. And I tell you, that's going to be a hard one.
That's going to be a hard second point for PEI.
I don't know if he...
I don't think it's there.
I think we're about top 8, top 4 in zone.
Where we're sitting, it looks red, but I'm not sure what he's doing.
Good throw, Charlie.
You can probably catch a piece of the forefoot going with the out turn here. It's on his way from Jamie Newsom.
Just trying to bring it in from right to left there, get it in the forefoot.
Needs a jump in the forefoot. Oh,
just racks on.
Racks on the.
So there might be a measurement here, but it looks to me, it looks like PEI has a shot. But I know myself, my opinion, and $1 gets you coffee somewhere.
Not in this club.
Not in this club. Okay. And they're calling, they're giving it PEI. So PEI gets 1, but the Yukon is up 3-2 with hammer as we get ready for our 4th end. And like I said, tomorrow will be
Yes, if there are tiebreakers, they will be on tomorrow morning
8:30.
at 8:30.
So it looks. I'll check the other pool. I think the other pool is pretty cut and dry. And just going to double check. And just to review the pool, it's currently now Manitoba's 5-0, Nova Scotia's 4-1. And Nova Scotia, who is Nova Scotia playing? Nova Scotia's playing Manitoba. So with that, either Manitoba will be 6-0, and Nova Scotia will be 4-2, or Manitoba will be 5-1, and Nova Scotia will be 5-1. And if that's the case, then Nova Scotia will get first place because they have beat. So then we have Quebec and Alberta. And the cool thing is, who would have thunk it? But they're playing each other.
Yes.
So one will be 3-3, and the other will be 4-2. That's third place.
Yes.
So there's no tie breaks in that pool. Okay.
If things stay the way they are.
If things stay the way, or whatever happens, right? Because regardless, Quebec's playing out. No one else can get there because PEI's 2-3, Yukon 1-4, 6, so they're not in the mix. And Pool B, British Columbia, Saskatchewan's 5-0, and they're playing each other. So that's first and second taken care of. So the only question is, from a tiebreak procedure, is if Ontario men win, they're third.
And the Ontario men just opened the game up open with a 8-0 win.
Yeah.
Or,
Well,
score over
yeah.
Newfoundland. So
On the other side of the coin, there's some possibilities, but that's on women's side. I'll look into that later on.
yeah, don't take on board.
Don't take. Yeah, I don't. Right now, let's focus on our men's match here, because whenever these teams, for a lot of these players, it's the first time they've been in a national championship. And folks, every game is important to these guys. Every time you can be on the ice, you might never have another opportunity, and you want to do the best you can. And if you can have a victory, and like I said, you're looking at this Yukon team, just been on the wrong side of a lot of close games. Lost their opening 6-2 to Nova Scotia, came back and won 11-4 against Nunavik, and then 3 really tight games and tough losses: 6-5 to Manitoba, 5-4 to Alberta, and Quebec. With a little luck, or maybe a different hand, they could easily be sitting at 4-1. So that's the thing. And PEI started off good, 9-7 and 7-2 over Nunavik and Nova Scotia. Lost 6-1 to Manitoba, 7-4 to Quebec, and then Alberta controlled that game from start to finish, winning 9-1.
Yukon just replaced that rock because, as I think we mentioned to you, we're playing the 4-rock rule, and you are not allowed to remove until the 5th. So that rock had to go back, so PEI will now draw down in there. This seems to be a little warm.
Hit, bounce off.
Oh.
Yeah. It just tucks that Yukon one in there. Oh, see, I'm not doing my job here. You gotta tap me on the shoulder. I'm multitasking.
Okay. Yukon now will try to attempt to remove the guard and open things up.
Mission accomplished.
And our score here is 3-2 in favor of Yukon.
And they have the hammer.
And they have the hammer.
And like I said, for PEI, they would love to finish this championship at 3-3, 500. Very respectable.
Fantastic, yeah.
Yeah. The corner guard thrown up. We talked about tomorrow a lot with the times of the games. If the tiebreaker is 8:30, and it's looking like if there's any tiebreakers, it might be on the women's side. But again, I'm not delving into that. You'll have to come back for the evening drive for me to figure that one out. All the possibilities. That's why I need an hour and a half in between games to figure the options of what could be.
To do the math.
To do the math. Oh, that just misses. He wasn't asking for much. He just wanted a tick to get that PEI stone out of there. So here it opens it up for PEI to get another one in. And Saturday, Saturday morning, 9. They moved it up an hour to give them a little bit more time with their victory luncheon and whatnot. So 9 o'clock on Saturday is all the gold and bronze medal games will be played on 4 sheets. We'll be covering the two out of the 4. I presume we'll be doing the gold medal games. Would make sense. So I got a feeling that they'll change.
Bronze, gold,
Yeah.
on 2.
Yeah, they'll.
Yep. And tomorrow at 1:30, the quarterfinals.
Yeah, 1:30 quarterfinals, 6:30.
The women at women's quarterfinals.
And men's.
And men's at 1:30 and 6:30.
It's quarters and semis.
Quarters and semis.
Yeah, the quarters go at 1:30. And the semis will be
semis at 6:30.
shot. That's right on the button. Goes back, takes out that. Oh, just misses that one at the back. Those little catchers at the back come into play, don't they, sometimes? And they usually come into play later on.
And when you don't want them to.
When you don't. That's a lot of truth in that.
Miller drawn down. I think he's attempting a guard here. This looks okay. Fantastic shot. If they make it, they're trying to come through that port and run that yellow rock of theirs back onto the shot rock.
Well, we've had a great time here this week. The kitchen staff has been awesome. Great home cooking. I had a hot turkey dinner last night. Tonight is Atlantic salmon. Of course, that's only appropriate, but being next to the Miramichi
River.
the Miramichi River. Had homemade lasagna and what was it? Did they have clam chowder or seafood chowder today? What was?
I didn't.
Didn't partake?
No, I didn't.
But all the meals has been wonderful by the cooking staff. I know they're going through a lot of the food. And those those preserved cans of lobster, or jars, have been a big hit. With they started off, they sold one thing, and Manitoba won it, I guess. And everyone started asking for it, so they were getting more made up. And just one jar, they're selling it at the bar. One jar of this cut lobster goes for $37.50, just a jar.
But you know, if you're from
And they're sweeping hard just to get this over the hog line. Is it going to happen?
No.
I don't think it's going to happen.
pull the string on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Plus the guard that was there before is gone, so he can draw down and tap this, I think. Hack weight. Late hack weight will And I notice over on sheet 5 it's 4-2 for BC over Saskatchewan now.
And New Brunswick's up on Northern Ontario
3-1.
3-1.
And we're still 8-1 on sheet 1 between Ontario and Newfoundland.
Alberta, Quebec's all tied up at 3-3. Here's the first shot for the skip. The Yukon is coming in. Getting him by
Looks like
that
he's
guard.
got a nice one.
Yep. Nice shot.
Oh, no,
It hits
he
his
jammed
back
it.
one,
Yeah.
and PEI is still counting. So let's see Newson. Newson pulled the string on his first shot, so he's got to make this one count, as he would love to steal one here, have it all tied up. 3-3 at the break.
And, Yukon holds the hammer in this end.
PEI's last shot here. And she's curling.
Well, the button is open for Yukon for their point. I'm not sure if you can run that yellow back. If you're not able to get by the top red. Oh, I'm not sure if he's attempting a draw or attempting a hit on the shot rock here. Not much choice for a draw. But
Well, I think he would like to, if he can get that PEI at rock, he could have 2, possibly 3. Because remember in the first end he had a really an easier shot for 5, and he just was inside the broom. So here we are, away. They're just keeping it clean. Malinchuk is in the
curling a
house,
little bit now.
watching, see what's going to happen with it.
He's got to come way over. Got to cross the center line.
It's moving.
Goes.
That he hit that rock.
Yeah.
That's still shot, yeah.
And it's a steal for
Boy.
PEI.
Yeah, Malinchuk there got a little excited there when that rock moved, and he kicked his own. So that became a burnt rock, but it didn't matter as PEI had the shot. So PEI picks up their all-important point, a steal,
And we're all tied up.
and we're all tied up at 3. So we'll take a short break here, 5-minute break, and we'll be back for more exciting action from the 2018 Travelers Club Curling Championships from Miramichi, New Brunswick.
Curling teaches as much about life as it does about sport. Club, team, house, lead, rock. These are the words of our sport, words we embody, powerful words, words that speak to everything we represent: respect, togetherness, strength. Our games begin with a handshake and a kind word. We congratulate our opponents when they make a good shot. We remain silent when they falter. We even call our own fouls. When we win, we celebrate with modesty, with humility. We own our mistakes. When defeated, we concede without shame. Win or lose, we hug with abandon, because we genuinely care about our fellow athletes. Curling doesn't discriminate. The ice doesn't judge. It adapts. It accepts. Curling isn't a book to be judged by its cover. On these sheets, everyone is on the same page. It's what's on the inside that counts. The path to victory isn't always smooth. We use friction as an advantage and adversity as an opportunity. The battle is within ourselves, to improve, to advance. We dream big. We play with heart. We focus on these circles and imagine podiums in far-off places. Curling is what the world needs right now. Connection to one another, one team, one community. Curling is more than a sport. It's a lifestyle, a philosophy, a movement, a belief in self, in kindness, in good health, and in good fun. Supported by a passionate community steeped in tradition and united in pride. In a game of inches, every move counts. Are you ready to make yours? The support of the curling community makes it possible for thousands of kids across Canada to follow their dreams, on and off the ice. Thank you for giving generously. Curling teaches as much about life as it does about sport. Club, team, house, lead, rock. These are the words of our sport, words we embody, powerful words, words that speak to everything we represent: respect, togetherness, strength. Our games begin with a handshake and a kind word. We congratulate our opponents when they make a good shot. We remain silent when they falter. We even call our own fouls. When we win, we celebrate with modesty, with humility. We own our mistakes. When defeated, we concede without shame. Win or lose, we hug with abandon, because we genuinely care about our fellow athletes. Curling doesn't discriminate. The ice doesn't judge. It adapts. It accepts. Curling isn't a book to be judged by its cover. On these sheets, everyone is on the same page. It's what's on the inside that counts. The path to victory isn't always smooth. We use friction as an advantage and adversity as an opportunity. The battle is within ourselves to improve.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Keith Rains at the 2018 Travelers Curling Club Championship here in Miramichi, New Brunswick, Miramichi Curling Club. I have the man of many hats, Sean Egersol. Sean, great to have you in the booth.
Good afternoon, Keith.
We had talked, we've told the folks at home how this sort of came into being by you guys winning the championship going to Ottawa a few years ago.
Yeah, it was. What was great, first of all, was to win and be the reps for New Brunswick at the 2015 Travelers. But we kind of went with two agendas at the same time. One to compete, as best we could for Team New Brunswick, but the other was to lobby Curling Canada to see if we could get this event at our facility. And by the looks of it, this week we were pretty successful. I'm pretty happy.
Well, it's an awesome venue, and we were telling the folks tuning in throughout the week how you have it's about 10 years old, the facility, the rink itself,
Yep.
but the venue itself just is a beautiful setup for hosting, because you have that beautiful foyer.
Yeah, it lends itself to a whole bunch of different things, not just the curling side of things, but the kind of recreational fun things that you do.
The social
aspect.
aspect.
The social aspect of it, which is at the club level is just as important as playing the game. It's a social thing afterwards, and the camaraderie between teams, and we've seen it every night this week with having our events in the evenings, that everybody's very cordial with each other and having fun and joking, and it seems like everybody's having fun both on and off the ice.
Well, and we were telling mentioning about James Mellinger is coming tonight for the boys.
We're pretty happy to have
and
James
the gals.
Come up. Yeah, James is going to come up and crack some jokes on some curlers here, I think, for an hour tonight, and people can just relax and let some of that tension go from these big games that are going on out here this evening or this afternoon.
And as we get ready for Super Friday,
yes,
and the tiebreakers and the semis, the quarterfinals, semis, and then on Saturday morning is the championship with bronze and gold medals being decided. How many volunteers did you manage to coerce?
I'd be hard pressed. Well, I don't want to be hard pressed to say how many actually, but I think leading into the event we had well into around 150, and then as the week started, then we have people dropping in and saying, you know, we'll help out, we'll do this, we'll do that. And I've got 4 or 5 different people running around all over town picking up things at different times and stuff. So I'd say we're up into the 200 mark there now.
Wow.
Of our volunteers and stuff. And they're the driving force. I just kind of was the organizer of the groups, and they've been steady. They are holding tight.
Well, and that's 2 aspects of hosting, and we've talked about that different times. First of all, you have to have a great venue. Second of all, you have to have a local champion like yourself to put the hand up and say, listen, I want to go for that.
For sure.
And then you have your executive committee, and like with any event I've been involved with, you're meeting once a month,
Yep.
and then all of a sudden it's twice a month as you get closer.
Yeah.
And there's people that don't want to be involved in that, but they said, Sean,
Yep.
listen, the time is coming, you give me a holler, and I love to help out. And those people are really important.
They're big time.
And they say, I can help out the week of, or I can help out in the daytime, or I can help out in the evening, and whatever. And they want to be part of it because it is their event too.
Oh yeah,
right? And
it's a
they
whole
take
community.
ownership.
It's a whole community event here, really, and as far as just the hospitality from the Miramichi, from the hotels to the restaurants, the people at the club, it's just one big family that's looking after all these people for this week, and it's kind of neat to see the ambassadors. The team ambassadors are really getting close with their teams, and you see them chatting and patting them on the back, and it's they're part of that family now too.
They're living and dying every shot too, aren't they?
Exactly,
Huh?
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
No, it's been a tremendous week, and as far as Bell TV, we enjoyed obviously broadcasting this and being part of this. Webcasting it out to all the ones who couldn't make it.
Yep, that's right.
We've been getting some comments back on the folks from BC to Newfoundland and every part there between, because we have some viewers in warmer climates.
Exactly, in some warmer climates. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
So we got folks watching from Nevada and whatnot, but it's just been a tremendous week, and it's only going to get better over the next couple of days.
That's right. I'll be sad to see everybody leave on Saturday. It's just happy to have everybody here, and we'll hopefully down the road we'll have something back here again.
Ooh,
see? The wheels are already turning in my brain here of where we go from here. It'd be nice if the executive wants to pursue something like this. I'd like to do it as soon as possible, so that this is still fresh in our brain, and all the organizing that we did, and maybe we'll have something back again here soon.
Well, that's great to hear. Listen, thanks for all that you do for curling in this area, and it's just from a sports tourism perspective, it's a great, like you said, influx to have that this time of year. And I know all the participants. Chris Tapley's done an awesome job with the ice, and the crew here at the curling club to give championship ice on 6 sheets.
Yeah, they deserve a lot of credit here too. They've worked hard to first of all get the ice ready, and then maintain it every draw. And I couldn't be happier. And if anyone out there in the listening public is nearby and was interested in watching some great curling, this is the place to be this week. It's phenomenal. The games that are going on right now are just great, and going to get even more tight and more have more meaning here in the next couple of days. So if you can get down, we'd love to have you here. Come on down, have something to eat, and sociable, and watch some great curling, and we'll show you some great hospitality.
Beautiful. Thanks a lot, Sean, and a big thank you has to go to Sean and all his many volunteers that makes this event possible. And we'll get back to our match here, 3-3 PEI and Yukon. And Yukon has the hammer here as we're into the 5th end. I got Merle Kennett coming back into the hot seat. As Sean now, as a man of many hats, he's down doing time in on sheet A. So When you're chairman, you got to be a jack of all trades,
That's right. Yes, you have to be
master of none.
on the ball and
Yeah,
have.
ready to go at a drop of a hat. So, but that's great.
Well, Keith, going around the streets here, it's 10-0 for Ontario over Newfoundland on sheet 1. Their game is 3-3. And Nova Scotia and Manitoba is 4-4, tied up. And I look over at Quebec and Alberta, and it's 3 all tied up. And we're tied up on between BC and Saskatchewan. And it's 3-1 for New Brunswick over Northern Ontario. So close games, everybody playing their heart out.
Yeah. And for some of these teams, it's their last game of the round robin. Well, last game of the championship.
This is the last.
So
round robin.
they want to leave obviously on a positive note. And for others, it's battling for first or second place or playoff position. For Quebec, Alberta perspective,
Yes.
team that wins that goes on.
Yeah.
So that's like a championship match right there just to get into the playoffs. And it's really nice, and that's why I said to Sean before we went on air, I said it's really nice to have like BC taking on Saskatchewan for first place. Boom, let's decide it right here. You guys win, you're first. And Quebec and Alberta, they're tied. Team that wins that will get the nod for third spot. So it's great it's being decided on the ice rather than saying, okay, well, we beat this team. We need that team to beat that team for us to get in. Well, no, it's going to be decided. You're going to head-to-head right here.
That's a big game. That first spot is good. I think you probably get the choice of Hammer, and you probably maybe get the choice of Rocks. So
and the big thing is you get to sleep in.
And you get to sleep in.
And you only got one game tomorrow,
Yep.
rather than playing a semi and then have to play or a quarter and then have to play a semi.
Yeah. And it'll be cozy and warm, and you get up maybe around 25. So that's great. So as Yukon's got a rock in behind, PEI is going to attempt to tap it out.
I already talked. Good shot there. Out it goes. And we've got PEI sitting 2. Yukon does have the hammer.
Yukon with the hammer. Looks like they're attempting a hit on the top red and maybe flop over in front of the other one. Rock is curling a bit.
Nick. Okay. You get one out,
Get the back
and
one.
they're sticking around, biting the back 12. But PEI is still shot.
Jamie Newsom now will attempt to draw down and lie 2 and force Yukon to draw for their point.
And that good job by PEI.
Excellent, yeah.
Limiting to 1, but still they have to make it first,
Yes,
right?
they do.
So we've seen points stolen here before, Merle,
Yes.
and we'll see it again sometime, sooner or later.
They're really working this to get
Yeah.
it in.
Yeah, good job. Good job by the sweepers, Arsenault and Ramsey. Over 3 minutes difference in time. Thinking time and PEI. They're down to 20 minutes, and PEI is at 14:39.
Really hard line. Watch the line. That was lots of work, too.
And on air sheet, there was a steal for PEI. So now they go up 4-3 over Yukon.
Nova Scotia and Manitoba still 4-4 there. 3-3 Alberta, Quebec. 4-4. Wow, we got a lot of ties going on here, don't we? 4-4 with Saskatchewan and BC. And New Brunswick is 3-2 over Northern Ontario currently. And Ontario managed to steal another 2 points from Newfoundland. They're up 12.
So I'm anticipating that the game on 1 between Ontario and Newfoundland should probably be over after this end. I'm not sure how long you have to play.
I believe
It
it's
used
at
to
least
be,
6.
used to be 6 ends one time.
Yep. Sweepers are working hard, getting that over. Now they like to get it in there a bit. Selling it down, want to be on the pro side. Bringing it in back there. A little bit more protection.
Little deep,
Yeah.
but,
So now what are you doing tonight, Merle? Are you going to be sticking around here for entertainment value and watching the 7:30 game? Or?
perhaps I will, yeah, watch a little bit.
It's going to be the place to be in the Miramichi tonight. Got the last round of the women's games, and I'll just give you the lineup. At 7:30, PEI ladies play Nova Scotia, Battle of the Maritimes. Northwest Territories takes on Northern Ontario. BC Alberta will be on sheet 3. Sheet 4 will have Quebec, and they got their first victory, and they knocked the Northwest Territories from the undefeated ranks. Quebec will be taking on Saskatchewan. Ontario takes Manitoba, and Ontario, we'll see how they regroup after being up 7-1 on PEI and then up losing 8-7 in an extra end. So they have to come back strong against Manitoba tonight. And then our last game on sheet 6, we'll have Newfoundland taking on NB. So our feature matches will be Ontario and Manitoba, sheet 5, and we will be having the Northwest Territories take versus Northern Ontario. And Northwest Territories has a record of 4-1, and Northern Ontario is 2-3, and Ontario women are 3-2, taking on Manitoba, who is 4-1.
So that'll be an important game.
Very important game. While we have a moment here, the boys are starting out here. I'll go through the women's pool standings. Northwest Territories 4-1 with Alberta. Saskatchewan and BC are both 3-2. Northern Ontario is 2-3. Quebec 1-4, and Nunavik is 1-5. In Pool B play, Nova Scotia 4-2 along with Manitoba. Ontario and Newfoundland Labrador are 3-2. New Brunswick is 2-3. Prince Edward Island is 1-4, and the Yukon is 1-5. So a lot of playoff implication games are going tonight, as we have quite a few 3-2 teams and 4-1 teams. So there's a lot that could happen tonight,
That's right, yeah.
Merle. And like I said, I'll dissect it all before 7:30.
Yes. The women's brackets are much closer than the men's.
And first place team, like we said, will receive a bye into the semis, which is huge. And second and third will cross over playoff, but you can't be eliminated if you're 3-3 or 4-2 and you're going for that third spot. Then you go into a tiebreak. It doesn't matter what the game is that you played against that team. For first and second, it does. So if both teams were 5-1, then they would look at the game between each other to determine who would be first and who would be second. There's a nice shot there, and it eliminates both Yukon Stone. Oh, no, I guess it decided to do a little pull the string and hang on to that back 12 there. I don't want to leave yet.
I don't want to leave yet.
I don't want to leave. It's got the claws out. I see the claw marks there.
And their score here remains 4-3 for Prince Edward Island. Yukon can get our shots going. Good shot.
Gets by nicely.
Coming in, playing
Good
their
sweeping.
left. Good sweeping,
Bye.
give it by.
Got a hit and got a nice
And
little
nice
roll.
Great shot.
PEI has stole points in the last two ends. PEI came out first. Actually, Yukon was sitting 4. PEI had shot rock, and Yukon had a chance. It was a good chance to go after it, and it just was a little inside, rubbed up against the guard. So PEI stole one in the first inning. It's my baseball coming out of me. The first end. Then Yukon came back strong with 3 in the second. PEI came back with 1 in the third, and then stole points in the fourth. 1 point in the fourth and 1 in the fifth to give them a 4-3 lead.
And now we have PEI now trying to hide another, which would give them, set them 3 in the house. This looks to be a little bit warm.
Yeah, look at that. Right on through. That hurts. Lee Malinchuk in the house.
Lee Mellon.
A friend of mine in St. John is John Mahaichuk. So he's a golfer though, not a
Is he?
curler.
Okay.
Loves golf and volleyball. There's. Look at that. That's going to stick around though.
Hangs around the back.
Yeah.
Seems to be quite quick down the center.
Yes. I think still PEI is counting 1-2. Could be wrong there. That Yukon rock looks like second shot, doesn't it? More in the 12
More than the
than
top one, yeah.
yeah.
I'd
Of
say
course, it's
they
just
are.
the angle thing. Because when I look at this,
See, but you're looking at that as
the
though it's the
angle,
bottom.
yeah.
Here we go with Jamie Newsom drawn in to sit second shot, I think.
Jamie's first shot here in the 6th end. Swimmers are working hard on it.
And we're finished on ice 1 between Ontario and Newfoundland.
Good shot. Good bit of sweeping by Arsenault and Ramsey. They're feeling that one.
The final score between Newfoundland and Ontario is 12-0 for Ontario.
So they have just punched their ticket into Friday. They will finish I believe they will finish at 4-2. Yes. 4-2, and Newfoundland will finish at 1-5. Here's now first stone or skip for the Yukon. Let's come in and take that PEI stone out. Probably love to hit and get in behind cover a bit.
Just hanging out there.
Yeah, they got to keep on it though, because this one chicken really curling. Starting to curl a bit now.
Doesn't have the weight to
No.
move it very far. Oh, yeah, he got it just enough.
Yeah.
But he's left himself wide open.
This is where all those back ones, catchers can come into play here. Deucen's last shot here.
Get a hit here and roll in behind. It will
Make it difficult
for Yukon to
just to come in just to draw one. And that would be a victory, right?
yes.
Of course, they've been into the habit of stealing points here, so this seemed to be a PEI theme because the ladies did a great job of it in their match today, where they came back. They were stealing points left and right, but that's because they were making great shots. Okay, it's there.
But I'm not sure if a
PEI's
nose hit will give him.
Yeah, PEI's count 1-2 currently, and it would have to be a measurement for the third. So we'll see what happens here. And like you said, if he has a nose hit,
He won't be a shot over. I think he'll be shot over the PEI rock. That's back at
yes,
back at the 12 foot. Or 8 foot.
8 foot. Well, here we go. Last shot. Sixth end for the Yukon. Looking at 2. It's going to hit roll.
He's coming back on the other yellow.
No. So take a measurement here.
I think would be it's a red PEI by the look of things. But we'll maybe measure these.
You got to look at it a few times. Just
Yes.
go get it measured.
Go get it measured. Oh,
No.
they've decided it's Yukon, I guess.
So Yukon's back on the scoreboard, tied up 4-4.
4-4. So we're going into the sixth end, 4-4 with Prince Edward Island holding the hammer.
And Northern Ontario now has taken the lead over New Brunswick. I always feel like I do this. It's like election night and the running ticker of the votes. Well, coming in from the West region, there's a new leader that's been. So Northern Ontario's up 4-3 over New Brunswick. BC is up now 5-4 over Saskatchewan. Alberta's up 5-3 over Quebec. Nova Scotia's 5-4 over Manitoba. And like Merle has indicated earlier, the final score was 12-1. Okay, Merle, you were wrong. You said 12. No, it was 12-1.
They put that up after.
They put that up afterwards. That's what the Newfoundland boys. We scored our one. We're out of here. That's all we wanted. Brought the goose egg. Okay, let's go.
Arsenal from Prince Edward Island will attempt to draw around that front yellow guard belonging to Yukon.
Always good to have a lefty on the team.
Yeah, but he's going to be light and double.
Okay, we're down to the final two ends here. Every shot gets big now.
PEI has the hammer, so they'd probably like a blank here.
Jeez, they're all on it here, trying to get that over the hog line.
It's not going to make it.
I thought he was a little light coming out because I said to myself, if I threw it that light, it would never make it. So, okay, I feel a bit better because that didn't make it. Pulled the string a little bit, I think, Merle,
So what
in that
you're
one.
saying is that need be, you could replace him.
Well, I know. But it's just like when he let it out, it was so easy. I said, if that's going to make it, I said, if I did that, it'd stop halfway down. And the sweepers realized that they got on it, and even the skip came out of the house to try to help it along, but it just get that little. And let's see if PEI can take advantage of that. And that's going a little deep. Oh, I'm not doing my. Someone's. Come on. There we go. It stays in at the back of the house. Well, we've got a big season of curling coming up here, Merle. Starting next month, December 5th to 9th, Home Hardware Canada Cup is going to be in Saskatchewan. Here's Wilson with his shot coming in. January 17th to 20th is the World Financial Group Continental Cup down in Las Vegas. And then January 19th to 27th, the Canadian Juniors hit the ice. The New Holland Canadian Juniors, 19 to 27 in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. So Saskatchewan has a couple of big events coming up. Nice shot there.
Great shot there from Jim.
And coming back to our part of the country, Sydney, Nova Scotia is going to be the host for the 2019 Scotties Tournament of Hearts. February 16th to 24th. Mark that down, folks, and especially you folks in PEI if you're tuning in. Hop over to Cape Breton and enjoy their hospitality for 8 days. And then the granddaddy, Tim Hortons Briar, March 2nd to 10th in Brandon, Manitoba. It gets by. Nope. That's going to, and that opens up the house. And then last, in 2019, the Men's World Curling Championships in Lethbridge, Alberta, and that will be March 30th to April 7th. Brandon, Lethbridge, Alberta, for the World Men's Curling Championship.
Well, we have
And I know there's some folks here going to the Briar. They're having a great silent auction downstairs in the foyer. Teams have brought beautiful gifts from away that's been donated, and people are auctioning them. And on there is passes for the Briar and passes for the Scotties, and many beautiful baskets and paintings and glassware and jewelry.
it's a really nice stuff.
Yeah,
really.
and a lot of good bids have already gone down, and it's nice because they put on the suggested retail value, and then they put the starting bid value, and then your denominations of $5 or $10 increments. So that's a great fundraiser. Here's a shot staying out. There's not a lot of broom on it. They're waiting it to curl a bit, and that misses. And of course, it hits the one in the back there, and then it. Now, 4-4 is our score.
PEI with the hammer. Belichick now will attempt to get in behind the guards and set two. shot, maybe a bit deeper than what they wanted, but not bad. It's covered. PEI's Corey Miller will attempt to come down, and they're calling for a tap on the shot rock, so
Yukon sitting
so
two. It's a
Had a
little
bit of a
nut.
run.
Yeah.
He hasn't bounced off, so he's set up kind of a double there.
He's sitting shot rock, but he's exposed there,
He's
Merle.
exposed, fully exposed, yeah.
Much time wasted here on the shot that Chuck knows what to do. Clean it off. Sure there's no loose impediments. Doesn't do his routine.
Ooh, he was tight there. He might be all right. So, yeah, he's got it.
Nice shot there.
Yeah. Yukon now line 3.
Yeah. They want a timeout. PEI timeout. So obviously a key juncture of the game here as we're into the 7th inning. PEI has the hammer. I mean, obviously they would love to get 2 if they could, but Yukon is counting 3 here, and they're all cluttered up, but there's some good guards out there too, isn't there, Merle?
That's right, yeah. I'm not sure how he can get to them. I think he's thinking of peeling off the guards, which was
Yeah, good call.
a good call. Corey Miller will attempt to open this up for his team.
He got rid of it, but he left his. At least it's in the same line. It didn't. It's not.
Yes, that's right. Now you have to go the other way. The Yukon skip now will come down, probably sit
That's a putter.
close to the 12 foot
Yeah.
and guard it.
I guess this could be a big end here for them.
It could be.
Of course, what I mean, if PEI has to, they can draw in maybe the other side and get their one or limit the damage. But PEI's on the defense now.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Lots of curl here. They're taking ice way over almost to the center line, to the divider line. Maybe a little stickier out there. See, they're sweeping it a bit.
waiting for it to start curling in. Just want to keep it clean. Close out that pathway. Yeah, good
It's
shot.
pretty good. Yeah.
Be happy with that. Oh, got a little fist pump from the sweeper, so they
Oh,
like
no.
it.
They
Right?
had enough left to fist
That's
bump,
right.
did
Yeah, they there's a little fist bump there. They're liking it. So now they got to look to the other side. Yeah.
they? Well, if your front end's fist bumping, they're not sweeping hard enough.
Ouch! You're tough. You are tough, Merle.
He's got a piece of the button for PEI, and Jamie Newsom will attempt to get a rock in there.
His first shot here in the 7th end. 4-4 is our scores. There's a lot of tight games here left, and we'll go through them. No, I didn't do it.
No,
Yukon sitting 3 still.
still. He needs a guard up here now.
Yeah. Put one on one side, let's put one on the other.
Side, yeah.
And as he comes back into the hack, well, I'll just quickly update scores. 5-4 is BC Alberta, and BC's at 5-4. 5-4 Alberta, excuse me.
Saskatchewan, BC.
Yeah. Yeah, that was BC Saskatchewan 5-4. Alberta and Quebec is 5-4. Nova Scotia and Manitoba. That's right. You guessed it. 5-4.
And I think
For Nova
Northern
Scotia.
Ontario just took the lead over New Brunswick. Whenever they put it up here, we'll see what.
Is it 5-4? No.
I think it could be
Oh, they scored 3. A big end for Northern.
4-3.
It was
Football.
4-3, but they haven't put they haven't updated that. There it is. So he got his guard up, rather high, but
Great shot by Nova
yeah.
Scotia there. 7
ouch.
over ND.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a 4-3 game, and that's a steal. That's
The
a steal.
Yeah.
Ontario scored 1 in the 5th. They stole 2 in the 6th and 3 in the 7th. So here is the final shot of the 7th end.
For Prince Edward Island.
What's he doing, big man?
I think he's trying to draw in. You can still get to that button to cut them down, but he's
Because right now, Yukon is sitting 3. Final shot for Prince Edward Island. 4-4 is the score. Keith Rains, Merle McKenna. Good to have you here, buddy.
great to be here. It's been very enjoyable. Great games.
Shot is away. Sweepers are not on it yet. Waiting for it.
Seems kind
Coming
of
out
warm
wide
here.
and heavy. He's heavy.
And it's a steal of 3 for Yukon, Northwest Territories.
Yeah. 3 points.
So it's
There's been a lot of stealing going on here today.
thievery.
Where are the police? Where? Seven 4. Yukon comes up big and ranks 7.
And I think Nova Scotia just stole 1 on Manitoba. Maybe 2.
So here we go. What's the book say for getting 3 points.
Well,
What chapter is that in?
you're using
That's-
the 4-rock rule, so PEI is going to need rocks out front. Yukon will
I
attempt
think
to
he's
throw
going
it
to put that
through.
right through the house myself.
That's Yukon, yeah.
Yeah. That is a shot that I can do rather well. Yeah, I get that one down. And they just want to keep it as clean as possible, don't they?
Yep.
Well,
Wilson.
the first draw for the men on Monday seems so long ago. Just saying, Northern Ontario was up 7-4 over Saskatchewan. Lost 8-7.
Oh, it can happen. A nice guard. So it's 5-4 for Nova Scotia over Manitoba. Coming home in the 8th inning.
Can't hit that.
And
Got to
that
put
rock
it back
will
in
go
spot.
back.
What was he trying to do? Just tick that maybe?
Trying to play a tick and just spread the note, but he got too much of it.
The Weagle?
Yeah, tried the wiggle. But really, why would you throw your first rock through the house and then try a tick on your next? Because you went from a 4-rock rule down to a 3 by throwing your first through.
Yeah. And another guard up. Yeah, it's Nova Scotia 7-4 over Manitoba.
7-4, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking at.
We eliminate one of those now.
It's a matter of elimination now for Yukon.
Run them out of the rocks.
Run another rocks.
PEI wants to replace that one. We all got it in the same spot.
Yukon will remove that.
They want to hit and peel it out. They don't want to stay there themselves.
Get out of there, yeah.
Yeah. Good shot there. Oh, oh, my voice is finally getting hoarse. Excuse me. I did 14 hockey games last week. Just 14 by myself. I didn't have anyone to color with. I was the Monktonian 56 hockey teams down in Moncton last weekend, 38th annual. 24 Bantam AAA teams and 32 Midget AAA teams from Atlantic Canada, Quebec, Ontario, and Saskatchewan were there this year. So I was helping out with the broadcast, so did 14 of them
In Moncton at the new.
at the Superior Propane Center, and we also had the Coliseum. So we had 5 camera crews set up. We were broadcasting from Rink A, the big one. So that's where we did all our play-by-play was just from there, but we had cameras on the other ones. But I did have one day off before I came up. Wasn't a lot of talking going on that day at the house. My wife goes, I said, I can't talk. I got to rest. I got a few games to do up here in the mirror machine. And thank you guys for coming in and helping us out here, giving us your expertise and thoughts. Here's a shot that is missing.
Yes.
So there's a mini advantage to the island. That was an emotional win this afternoon with the ladies coming back from Ontario. There was a buzz in the club after that. They're getting interviews, they were getting hugs and kisses, and it was just a great atmosphere. The ladies from PEI were down 7-1, came back, won 8-7 in extra end. And then the PEI boys had to go on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, thanks girls. Put some pressure on us. Hard sweep in there, but I just think that is, well, yeah, I see white.
Now he's attempting to hit this. He could have came the other way, maybe got 2 of them. But he's going to.
It's on the outside. I think he's got, oh, just got a piece of it.
Piece
I don't
over
think
it.
it's got enough to get it out.
No. And the game
There.
is on.
The game is. I think we got the Yukon women behind us here. No, it's only going all over the world. Don't worry. They won't hear that much on the broadcast. They hear your comments. These microphones are very sensitive. We'll get her name, Laura. Only under 2 million people watching this. What's the big deal? Go ahead. Come on. I know you folks back home in Yukon know that laugh. That's all that needs to be said. We're into the 8th end here. Yukon's got 2:35 at times. I don't think they have to worry about timing out.
No. And Prince Edward Island is lying 2.
Yeah,
With the hammer.
that top one, I mean, they tried to. Now, of course, they're going to try to get that one out, which is good because that was one that they swept and was just short by an inch. But they get that out, then the guy won't feel as bad. They're shaking hands, getting all our other games over with here. And it's just me again on this sheet. That seems to be a pattern today. The last day.
You might go to
I'm the last.
yeah.
Oh yeah, great. I'm for it. Here it is. First shot away. Skip Stone for the Yukon. Coming in. The sweepers are on it. Got a good one. Got a hit. And just misses the back one. And he rolls. I think that's going to bite there. But PEI still count 1-2.
And they need PEI could draw out here, sit 3, and then they need a miss out of Yukon. Jamie Newsom from Prince Edward Island throwing a stone. They're working it hard. I think he's got enough here.
He's in.
He's in line 3.
Arsenault and Ramsey trying to get some blood flow back into their arms now. They're working hard here. Said, boys, you got at least you got to have one more in you. Here is the last shot for the Yukon skip. He's looking at 3 here. And set up well for PEI, hasn't it?
It has.
Couple of misses, that's all it takes. He's got to get one of these now.
And then still the game is tied.
Well, yeah. But if he doesn't get this, they could lose this.
Yes.
If he gets this one out, he's going to stick around. Yeah, he gets... So, he's done his job. The gallery in the Yukon get very quiet.
The gallery has moved away. But he needs a hit here on the nose for 3.
Just got to hit and stay around.
And we're going to an extra end.
Now, hopefully, Jamie has a short memory. Because the last end, his last shot, he wasn't even close.
No.
He threw the broom. Very frustrated. He's regrouped here. The team has got the chance to tie this, go into extra ends. But this is what this is what you expect from your skip. You want an opportunity. They have an opportunity.
Hit and stick.
He's got to hit and stay. Let the sweepers be involved. Sweepers are on it.
Starting to curl.
He's tight.
Starting to curl. He's starting to curl.
Is it going to get by? Is it by? It's
It.
by 1. Is it by the second?
Yep.
It's by the second. A great shot by Jamie. And she's all tied up, ladies and gentlemen. A super shot by Newsom. Coming back. And like I said, like that last shot, the previous hand, it wasn't even close. He was frustrated. He's tossed the broom. And then to come on, to hit and stay, to get the 3, to go extra ends. Good shot by Jamie.
Good shot by Jamie. And we're into an extra end also, aren't we?
Okay, I feel better now because it was 5-4 and I didn't see a score up for Quebec, Alberta. This is a huge game, and we'll keep touch on that because that is who's going to go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I'll have to wait on that one. But they had the score. It was 5-4 and there was no one around, but they left for a few minutes because it was extra ends, right? Just like
For these guys.
these guys are going to do. So they put 4.5 minutes back on the clock. They are allowed 1 timeout. Any comments from the Yukon crowd? Go Yukon! That's all that needs to be said. Oh, they're taking off their clothes now here. Wow. Here we go. Whoa, okay. Here we go. The shirt is being lifted here. Oh, Yukon.
Do it.
Yukon do it.
Yeah.
All right. Should have put it up to the window there. Well, we don't have a problem with that here. fake hammers? Okay, Yukon's in the house. So we have an extra end game going on too with Alberta and Quebec. And I just want to...
And I think Quebec holding the hammer.
Yeah, and Quebec and Alberta are both
No,
three.
Alberta's holding the hammer.
Are both 3-2 coming into this one. So the winner of this qualifies for will finish in third place. Because Nova Scotia won, so they'll finish 5-1. Manitoba will be 5-1, so they're 1-2. So by Nova Scotia beating Manitoba, they'll get a bye into the semis. Manitoba will finish second, and then whoever wins between Quebec and Alberta will finish third. So that's a huge, obviously. But you know, two very evenly matched teams, as it shows. You know, in the score, 5-5 extra ends. Well, here we go, folks. Fasten your seatbelts. I tell you, these PEI teams, they definitely give you your money's worth. As the girls was down 7-1, came back 8-7, and guess what? Look at the score that we have here, 7-7.
I think it was a plan.
Yukon has the hammer.
Arsenault delivering the stone. They want this out front. Both of them are working hard to get it across the line. Good shot. It's a high guard. I think we're seeing another tick shot here. Good shot.
Yeah.
Very good.
Is that the Weagle?
That's the Weagle. He done the Weagle.
You can touch those guards. The rule is you can touch those guards as long as they're not out of play. You can move them, and that was just a perfect example of that, where hit and put it wide open. Because the Yukon would like to keep it as clean as possible. PEI putting up another guard.
Another kick attempt coming by the Yukon.
Tom must be pretty good at this.
Tom,
yeah. It's a talent. That's going to miss that. Let's get that right out of the house. He doesn't even want to catch her there. And it's going to stay in the back. Patrick Ramsey. Patrick's been doing a Omen's work sweeping this afternoon.
He has.
Now that we're into this evening.
He's a little light here.
Yeah, he knows it as soon as it's just caught and start grabbing.
Yukon will attempt to double these two off. Brad Wilson, second.
To just clean that out of there. It's
There
two
you
of
go,
them.
beauty.
Good shot, Brad.
Beauty.
Gives us the thumbs up. Let's see, is he going to give us a thumbs up? Do we get the thumb? Do we get the thumb? Yeah! He sees us. Oh, you got the fist.
Yeah.
You got a fist bump too. I mean, like. Patrick with his second stone now. If you're 7-7, we're into extra ends. Yukon with the hammer.
Yukon's happy to peel this away. Keep the 4-foot open.
On the right side, yep. Enough to gets rid of it, but he sticks around.
PEI will throw another guard here.
Down to skip stones, Quebec and Alberta. 5-5 extra ends. Winner goes on to the playoffs. Will finish third in their pool. And it's just, it's sort of great where the draw went, that these two teams who are vying for a playoff spot are playing against each other, and so they can be decided on the ice. And as you can see how equal they are. You know, they've taken it to extra ends.
Both teams have curled very well.
Malachuk.
And we got, this is going to come up or not for him, but
that's a lot of heat on that. That's going by everything.
By everything. Corey Miller will be asked to go around here now. Nice shot. Shot rock buried.
Okay, Malachuk to get rid of that guard. Second attempt at it. Get a little less ice.
Inside, but I think he's going to be all right.
Yeah, he's going to be all right this time. The thing is, he's going to get a direct hit. That's okay, opens it up.
Yep.
He's happy. I hit something. I hit something.
So we're down to skip rocks.
PEI is sitting.
One, so they'll throw a guard here, I would think.
Yeah. You don't need deuces or triples now.
Nope.
You just need one.
Just need one.
And Alberta and Quebec is down to final rock. Quebec is sitting shot, sitting in the four, just off the button, but it is open there for Garnet, the skip, for Alberta to get at it, but a lot riding on this shot. A chance to go to the championship round, the 2018 Club Championship. The last shot being released by Alberta. The sweepers are on it. And there's a nice guy by Newsom in our sheet. We'll keep an eye on the Alberta one.
It looks like he was tight. He may get by.
Is he going to get by it?
No.
He racks on it. And that does it. Quebec moves on. They finish third as Alberta hits on the guard. Couldn't get it around. It was a little tight. And the Quebec boys, they had a big game against Yukon this morning there, and that went extra ends. And it was there was great shots, and Yukon skip made a great shot, got it in, and the Quebec team came back and made an equally outstanding shot to stick and stay for the win. And look at that, it gives them an opportunity to play for third place, and they go extra ends, and they win 8-5 is the final, taking out Alberta. Here is the first stone for Team Yukon. Wanting to get rid of that guard out front.
Get the guard out and don't sit there.
Gets a piece of it, and he eliminates his too. Good.
So another guard from Jamie Newsom we'll need here, and we'll see then if Yukon can draw.
Here's Newsom's last shot. Extra end. PEI getting 3 in the 8th to force this extra end. Newsom with an outstanding shot to hit and stay for 3. And here's his last shot in the 9th. He just wants a guard out there. Guard as he's got shot rock in the 4. Sweepers are on it. Getting across the hog line, just letting it settle. Are you happy with that one, Merle?
Well, it's not
Swings
bad.
over
You
it,
can probably get to
you
that.
can see
with,
it.
Yep, you can get to that with light hack weight. I would take more ice than that, I think.
Taking a lot of deep breaths here behind me. It's got real quiet. One shot.
They don't have to stay. They don't have to stay. He just needs to chip it out. They got the
Oh, they got the one in back.
back.
Okay.
So maybe that's why he's
Yeah.
tightened up the ice, but he wants to be careful you don't jam it also.
Yeah. Well, here we are, extra ends, last shot. Yukon going for the win. Shot is away. Sweepers are on it, keeping it clean. Just needs to
Yep,
get
he's
a piece
okay.
of it. Got it. He's got it. Nice shot. And they went an extra end this time, and Yukon comes out with a victory.
Fantastic games
Yeah.
tonight at the Miramichi Curling Rink.
Well, and that they went extra ends against Quebec, who's going on to the playoffs. They lost in that by a point, and they went an extra end against PEI, who's clawed back in that game to make a great game of it,
They did.
and took a good shot to beat them.
Did.
Right? So listen,
Sure.
folks, thank you so much for tuning in, listening to our broadcast. We're going to get our breath back, and just to let you know, tonight the marquee games for the ladies on our sheet is Northwest Territories in Northern Ontario, and on sheet 5 will be a barn burner, Ontario taking on Manitoba. So a little short break, and we'll be back with more exciting action from the 2018 Travelers Curling Club Championship. From Mayor Machine, New Brunswick, this is Keith Rains and Merle McKenna signing off. Good night,
Thank you.
Merle.
Good night, Keith.
To advance, we dream big. We play with heart.